Alright, so what is up, everybody? Tonight we are, I got you set up on Johnny 5 right now. That is what I'm naming this thing. And I'm going to get little eyeballs to put on top of it and possibly a mustache. I'm not sure yet, but we could take a vote on that one. We're working on inlays. So, I forgot I have a second screen down here because I'm retarded. So here's my inlay pockets all machined into my frame, front and rear. This is our rear one here. Typically I go a little bit longer with this rear inlay. It's both a rear inlay and a rear over travel because it does come over the lock bar there, you can see, and it stops you from overextending that lock bar, which I really like. I started doing it, I don't know, 10 years ago, a long time ago. But anyhow, we're going to machine some inlays, and since it's Friday night, or not machine some inlays, we're going to make some inlays to fit in these machined pockets. Since it's Friday night, we're going to do it with a Moscow Mule because that's the way to do it, and I won't have it any other way. So here's our inlays here. I could show you. You can see the masking tape on there, right? So this is checkerboard carbon fiber, and this is the really the most simple way to do inlays. Okay, if you're doing them by hand, is just get your pockets done. Okay, see I have this one numbered, that one's number 4. Why is that showing up backwards? I don't know, I'm dyslexic, maybe it's forwards. But anyway, you just lay a piece of masking tape right over the top of this thing and just cut out your pocket. And you take that piece that you cut out and bam, you just attach it to whatever material you're inlaying. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. Now, the only downside to this is that your template that you cut out, even though you cut it directly out of that, because your tape has a little sag in it over that pocket, your template's going to be very slightly larger, which is a good thing, so you can cut straight to the template and not overshoot it. So it works out very good. I'm going to shut up now, crack one, probably put out the smoke, and we're going to do some inlays. So cheers, everybody. God damn, that's good. I can't recommend these enough. If you haven't tried one of these yet, the Copper Can Moscow Mule, these things are freaking excellent, man. They make a peach one too, also excellent. One more for good measure, because there's nothing like drinking and doing extremely fiddly inlays when you have absolutely no margin of error and you have no more of this material. So if you fuck it up, you're done. Whatever. We're going to do it. Wing it. That's how we roll. Anyhow, I'm going to turn my tunes on. So you guys do your thing, I'm going to do mine. Sorry you got to listen to my annoying grinder. Maybe you should turn some tunes on too. We're starting with our rear inlay, this one. Alright, so what I just did there is I came in on the grinder and I cut straight to the edge of my template. Hopefully you can see that. And now we're going to give it a little test fit and see where we're standing here. Now this is much thicker of a piece than I need. This is 1/4 inch thick and I only need 80 thou for this inlay. So we'll worry about that a little later. We're going to take it down from the outside, but well, hell, what do you know? That's about dead friggin' on. I'm not seeing any light through there. It's not often you get it right, exactly right, and it's not exactly right. I can see I'm rubbing a little bit right there in the center of this lock bar. I'm rubbing. So I'm going to take a little bit just right out of the center here, and I think we're going to call that good because that is dead lined up everywhere else. So we're just going to shave a little bit off this center here, and then this one's done. As far as for that step, we still got to drill and tap holes and all kinds of other shit, but as far as shaping it, it's done. Do a little bit check. Do a little bit check. It's the same thing when you're cutting a lock. You always do a little tiny bit and you check, because the difference between a good one and a totally fucked one is nothing. That's it. And that looks pretty much perfect to me. That is dead friggin' nuts on. We're not getting any. My lock bars, you hear that? My lock bar is moving freely with the inlay all the way pressed in as far as it can go. I'm going to call that good right there on that one. So now we know we're good on this one. We're moving on to the tinier, which are much harder front ones. Each radius here, something to keep in mind if you're going to try these. Each one of these radiuses, that top corner, this lower corner, every one of these little corners, that corner will cut about 30 times faster than this flat. So when you make that radius and you're working your piece of material on the belt, you're just touching it. I mean, just a whisper of air is touching that thing on the belt. Because if you are laying into it in any way, shape, or form, you're going to blow that corner out. It's done. You might as well frickin' throw the thing in the garbage. So we're going to start with number 1. I got them 1 through 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's start with number 1. That's our one closest to the pivot there. So let's do the same thing. We're going to shape it right up to the masking tape template and see where we're at. The one negative about working with carbon fiber is, see how you see, I can get that as close as I can and it'll focus. You can't really see the edge because it's covered with dust. They're constantly clearing that dust. And now, see, I can see it reflecting, and before you couldn't. So you've got to constantly clear that dust off to make sure you are where you think you are. And it does that with anything. The carbon fiber in particular likes to really mask your line. But it's the same with Mammoth, V10, micarta, ivory, whatever the hell it is, doesn't matter. What I like to do is I do all my flat sides first, and then I'll come back and hit my radiuses, or radii, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so now I've got that thing exactly to my template all the way around. See, I don't see any more shiny gloss when I put it in the light reflecting. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for if I'm seeing any light bounce back at me, and I'm not. And I'm not over where I need to be. That's exactly what you want. So let's see where we are. This is our number 1 inlay pocket. This first one closest to the pivot. Let's see where we fit. So we are, oh boy, we're almost there. Actually, I could probably press fit that right now. It is just about on. I'm a little bit off. Let's see where. On my back edge and on my radius. So I am fitting on this edge. Oh, hang on, let me get this camera right. Get this thing in here right, and then to show you what I'm talking about. Okay. So this edge here I'm good on. This edge here I'm good on. And this edge here I'm good on. But this back edge I am not. I'm still high. So I'm going to start removing material from back here and then working around both of these radiuses. And once that thing is, it feels like it's just about to drop in there, I'll press it in. And then I know I could pop it back out, and when I put that thing in the final time, it's never coming back out of there. You put a little contact adhesive at the bottom, or double-sided tape or whatever, it is never coming back out of there. So we're going to work on that front edge again. A little bit at a time and check. These are so tiny, and carbon fiber grinds so easily that you really have to have the friggin' Midas touch with these things to get it right. So now I'm just looking down. I'm looking down at my clearances on either side of these things to make sure I'm good. This corner looks great. This all looks good. Where do I need to come? It's like solving a puzzle every time. You gotta go think, where do I take off? Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different sides here. Every time you touch one side, it affects every other one. It sounds complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not too bad. Knife making is like solving math problems, man. Once you have the formulas, you can fucking do whatever you want. Let's see where we're at. Ooh, that's just about to drop in. A little bit more off that radius. A little bit more off this top radius here. And I need a little bit more off of this face right here. For the sake of not making this video 100 hours long, it's probably going to take me an hour to do this. I'll do this one, fit it, and then we'll cut it. See where that got us. That's close. We're close. Let's come here. That is it right there. So that is inlaid in there now. It is not coming out. No way in hell. Okay. Unless you whack on it or tap it from the backside, which I'm not going to press fit it all the way in there right now because I don't have my relief holes in yet. Normally behind every one of these pockets I'll put a hole right in the center of it. Bing, bing, and bing, so I can knock it back out from the backside. So that one is perfectly fit. There are no gaps, no nothing. It is perfect in there. And that's how we do it. So now I'm going to do the same thing I just did 3 more times. And then we're going to press fit it. So for the sake of not letting this drag on forever, I'm the hell out of here. Cheers, gents. Take it sleazy. Johnny Five's out.